Daily to Power Monday. Daily to Power Monday. What's going on, y'all? How are y'all feeling? Feeling like a real man should on this Power Monday, trying to make as good as I felt like Sunday. Sunday when I didn't have to go to work. I didn't feel like I was working for nothing, didn't feel like a jerk, and I'm ready to get this thing going on. I'm glad to see y'all. I'm glad to be with y'all. Wouldn't run. Okay. All right. All right. I want to check out something before we get started. I want to check out something. I want to check out something though. I want to check out something though. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I just want to know because even though I think I know what the real problem is, I did do some things as far as microphone adjustment is concerned, and I just want to know. I just want to know. Listen. I just want to know. I just want to know if it's going to make a difference, because um, if it does, if it does, it does, and if it doesn't, it does not. Come on. Oh my God, this blog talk thing. What the hell? I mean, can I live? Can I live? What's up, man? How y'all feeling today? I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should. Today on the Daily Go Get a Business Show, we're going to be talking about the time when the truth doesn't matter. The time when the truth doesn't matter. I mean, theoretically, we would say that the truth always matters, and the truth always comes out. But y'all know as well as I know that that's true, kinda, and but we don't always practice that. We don't always practice that. So I want to see. Heck, this site is so messed up. God damn. Mm, mm, mm. I think it only does this on this computer though, which which lends me to ask other questions. But let's take this one at a time. I'm going to play the music, and I want y'all to. I want to see if y'all can hear it. I mean, if y'all can't, y'all can't. And if y'all can, y'all can. Do y'all hear anything? Do y'all hear anything? You hear a beat? Okay, a muffled beat. Okay, okay. Then nothing has changed. If it's a muffled beat, then it's not supposed to be muffled. So yeah, I believe YouTube has done some things to filter out other sounds other than my voice. As a matter of fact, whenever you have another sound surrounding my voice, then my voice sounds muffled too. So yeah, there's something that's happened on their end, and it's not just on my show either, because I've noticed that it happens on other people's show also. And if you peep it out, you'll probably see it. So we gon' see. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Um, if I play the music from my phone, okay. No, because if I play music from my phone, it's going to be a song that they will be able to get me for on a copyright. But we're gonna keep it moving. The times in your life when the times when the truth doesn't matter. The times when the truth doesn't matter. We know that we were all told to tell the truth when we were growing up. From the time that we were small children, we were always told tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. Tell the truth. And many of us follow that. I mean, many of us, I think most people want to tell the truth anyway, or want to be in the position to be able to tell the truth, or even more of us probably want to be in the position to be able to accept the truth. Telling the truth and accepting the truth can be two totally different things coming from the same person. Now, when we are told to tell the truth, that means that we are supposed to live a life that will allow us to live in our own truth. That will be able, I mean, we are taught or try to, we are put in a position where we are taught to live our lives where the truth will where telling the truth will make us feel proud of ourselves. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. And I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb with this one concept, and y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it. But I think that it's easier to tell the truth when you have not been in a position where you have been abused. I think that when you have been, if you have grown up in an abusive type of lifestyle, dysfunctional type of lifestyle, I think that the truth or the ability to live in your truth or tell the truth kind of slips away from you. It's just something I was thinking of. But think about it, because when you grow up being abused, you're also taught to keep secrets. And keeping a secret about what's actually happening with you can often result in you telling lies. Think about it. Somebody has been putting their hands on you. Somebody has been touching you inappropriately. Somebody has been doing things around you that they should not be doing. And they're telling you not to tell anybody. So essentially, what they are telling you is not to be truthful, not to be honest about what is happening with you. Well, how does a young child who has not lived enough life and had has not lived long enough in order for the brain cells to be developed enough to have the maturity to be able to separate the times when they should tell the truth and when they shouldn't? So you're teaching a child that they should always tell the truth, but not when it comes to mommy and daddy or somebody else that is putting their hands on them and telling them not to tell. And it doesn't necessarily have to be physical abuse, because it can often be emotional abuse, or it can be dysfunction in the family. Don't tell anybody that daddy puts his hands on mommy. Don't tell anybody that daddy has been creeping around with another woman and he has been trying to introduce that woman into our house, into our life, into our world, into our family. But you don't tell anybody about that. So they're telling you not to be truthful. So as a child, how are you going to know when it's best to tell the truth or not? You might figure it out for certain situations, which is actually bad, because you're not being taught what the truth is in a healthy way. Okay, so that's that. That's that. Harboring that type of pain, harboring that type of activity, it can make a difference in what way you process what truthful situations are. The times when the truth doesn't matter. Now it's funny that I went into that whole spiel, because what I really want to talk about tonight is the times when the truth doesn't matter to us, because we either want something, love something, need something, or are afraid of something. Those are the times when a lot of times the truth doesn't matter. Like, for example, the truth is that not all snakes are venomous. Not all snakes are bad. And not all snakes even bite. But if you are afraid of snakes, do you give a shit about any of that truth? Probably not. The truth don't matter. It's the same thing with dogs. You know how people who are afraid of dogs, they don't want to hear that dog is a nice dog, or that it's not a bad dog, or that the dog doesn't bite. You remember when you were younger and people oh wait. People would be walking their dog, and sometimes it would look like a mean dog, a bad dog. You know how when I was growing up, the popular dogs were German Shepherds and Doberman Pinschers. You don't see many Doberman Pinschers like you used to see in the 70s and the 80s. But in the 70s and the 80s, you saw Doberman Pinschers a lot. You saw German Shepherds an awful lot. Then Rottweilers started coming into the picture, and Pit Bulls started coming into the pictures a lot. But anyway, so when you see somebody with a Doberman Pinscher, you know that a Doberman Pinscher was a very, very protective dog, and they are often used as attack dogs. You know what I mean? It's a mean dog. So you saw somebody walking a Doberman Pinscher, you wasn't even trying to hear that he didn't bite. First of all, Doberman Pinscher didn't look like other regular dogs, because a lot of times people eliminated the tail off of a Doberman Pinscher. Have you ever even seen a Doberman Pinscher with a full tail? I haven't. It seemed like every picture of a Doberman Pinscher that I ever saw was one where they didn't have a tail, to the point where I thought that they were born without tails. They're not. They're not. Anyway, when you saw somebody walking with a Doberman Pinscher, you thought that they had already trained them to bite, to attack, to hurt, because so many people who had Doberman Pinschers did exactly that. So you wasn't trying to hear that it wasn't a bad dog. You didn't want to hear that the dog didn't bite. You didn't even want to hear that it might even have been a loving dog. And I ain't gonna front. I have never seen a Doberman Pinscher act loving. You know, like I've seen many pit bulls who aren't trained to bite, who aren't trained to attack. They are some of the most loving, most happy looking dogs you ever saw. I've never seen a Doberman Pinscher look like that. Anyway, so you didn't care about the truth that dog was not trained to bite. Yo, get your Doberman Pinscher away from me. If you were afraid of dogs, you didn't care about the truth of the dog not being mean, or the dog not biting, or the dog not wanting to hurt anybody. Your fears told you that it was either time for fight or flight, and you wasn't trying to fight no Doberman Pinscher, so you got on up out of there. That was the truth you were looking for. So fear will have you in denial of the truth, or not wanting to hear the truth, or caring about the truth, and a whole lot of things. Snakes, dogs, mice. Yeah, I explain to people about mice all the time. Like, you know, they're more afraid. You know, mice run from you. So y'all both running in opposite directions. You know, no mouse is big enough to hurt any human being, and even in the least. You don't care about that shit. That truth does not matter to you. I get it. I might not accept that, but I get it. So there are times when the truth doesn't matter. When you're afraid. Is it raining? Is it raining, y'all? Hold on. What we doing? Okay. I'm hearing rain. You know what I mean? I didn't know it was supposed to rain today. Sleet. I think sleet is what I hear. I'm like, that don't sound like no rain. I'm hearing pet. All right. So, like I said, when you're afraid of something, the truth isn't going to matter. It isn't going to matter very much. When you love something, the truth often doesn't matter. Who hasn't been in love with somebody to the point where, while you were deep in love with them, and I mean deep to the point where you where you wanted to be with them against all odds. Did you want to hear the truth that maybe they weren't the best person for you? Maybe they come from a background that isn't conducive to you being with them for a long time. Did you want to hear, or did you care what they did with somebody else versus how they might be with you? Probably not. Probably not. For some people, yeah. For some people, yeah. And you know what's funny about that? What's funny about that to me is that if you claim to be in love with somebody, it seems odd that you would even entertain negative information about them if you were deeply in love with them, because the two kind of don't go together. Like, how do you say that you're deeply in love with somebody, but and maybe that person is treating you right, at least in your eyes, but you're entertaining other negative information from people who are telling you negative things about the one that you're supposed to be in love with. Somebody might look at you sideways like, you must not really be in love with them if you broke up with them before they even did anything wrong to you. So I'm saying all of that to say that when you are in love with somebody, and not necessarily romantically in love either, how many people don't care about the bad things that their children have done or other family members? How many of y'all have accepted any negative information about what y'all grandparents did? To most people, their grandparents was the most pure. I mean, I know in a black family, shoot, not even just in the black family, even in white families, you know, grandmothers go to church all the time. They clean the house all the time. They were loyal to their grandfather. I mean, to your grandfather all the time. They ain't never lie or cheat or steal or do nothing bad. All they ever did was look at life through rose-colored glasses, even when they cussed. Even when they cussed, even when they told people that they was going to hell, they all did it in the name of loving and caring. And grandparents never lied to any grandchildren. That's what most of us think about our grandparents. Our parents, yeah, many times we see the truth in our parents. Yeah, parents don't get the same kind of love, favor, and exception that grandparents get. Grandparents are normally the salt of the earth in our eyes, male and female. Your dad may not have gotten any love or any passes in his life, but your granddaddy, because that love is there. Because that love is there. Not that you don't love your parents, but you love your parents in their truth. We don't often love our grandparents in their truth. We don't want to hear nobody say nothing bad about our grandparents. You want to get into a fight with somebody, talk about their granny, their mom. Because, you know, our parents often put us in embarrassing situations. So sometimes our parents got to get what they had coming to them in our eyes. Not everybody. But our grandparents, oh, whoa. Slow down. Slow down. So when we're afraid of something, it keeps us from caring about what the truth is. I don't care that house ain't haunted. It's dark, it's old, it looks creepy. I ain't going in. I work in a hospital. And the hospital that I work in, I often have to go in the morgue area where they store the bodies, because that area has supplies that we use in it. You know how many people won't walk back there with me? I ain't going in there. Mr. McIntyre, can you get that? Can you get the thing out of there? and I'll open up the door before it kicks in. Like I know what they're talking about or what's going on. I'll be like, oh, all right. Well, I'll open the door. I'll be like, all right, go ahead and get. They be like, can you get it for me? I'm like, oh, then it'll kick it. I'm like, oh, you scared to come in here? And I'll tell them something like, well, ain't no dead person ever did nothing to you. They might have done something to you while they were alive, but as soon as they close their eyes for the last time, they ain't do nothing to you. You think they trying to hear that shit? They done watched enough zombie movies, scary movies, horror movies, done listen to enough priests talk about spirits. And look, the Catholic Church, that all they talk about is things that dead people can do. It's the truth. You know what I mean? Nobody has got us more scared of ghosts and goblins than the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church is the biggest church in the world. And so, anyway, my employees, they ain't coming back there in that morgue area. They don't care about the truth, is that no dead person has ever done them dirty. Only the living has done them. They don't care. They don't care. And I get it. I don't accept it for me, but I get it for them. The truth does not matter. It doesn't matter. When you are afraid, nobody cares about the truth. I want this thing out of my space. I want it gone, out of my way. So, when you're afraid of something, that might be a time when the truth might not matter to you. When you are in love with something or you love something, the truth might not always matter to you. When you want something, when you are desirous of something, you probably don't care that much about the truth. I mean, you want a burger, you want a piece of cake, you want a cookie, you want some candy. Yeah, well, those things are bad for you. They can put unwanted weight on you. They can make you sick, all kinds of stuff. I don't give a shit. I want me a cookie. I want some cookies, all kinds of cookies, and I want it right now. And while you're at it, give me some milk and some cake and some ice cream. It's going down. I've had a hard day and I need me some comfort food. And I ain't trying to hear you talk bad about the things I want to eat. I know I weigh 400 pounds, but see, I need these things just for myself. And I ain't talking about right now my health. Right now, my mental health is in question. And I don't need you to be making no suggestions. What I need you to do is make a store run and give me some food so I can have some fun. Just me and this plate. And don't talk about how greedy I am or how much I ate. This date that you want to take me on, I want to make sure that we have food. And if you ain't trying to do that with me, then I ain't really trying to go out with you. And don't be trying to judge me and budge me into doing the things that you want me to. I got to do myself. I do me. And I don't mind if you just go ahead and do you. As long as it doesn't interfere with me, we gonna be okay. Okay, A-Y, I said okay. Okay, A-Y, I said okay. Okay, A-Y, you can say okay by itself, but that ain't fly. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Shout out to Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita. Always a good time. It's really great to see you and T Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my people going directly into your site. And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, max and chill, and to your respite. Thanks for coming through. It's always a good time. Glad to see you. Anybody else? Because sometimes people sneak into the cracks, and I don't always see them. I don't always see them. All right. So Carol Chamberlain says, a snake is a snake to me. I can't tell the difference. Just saying. I totally get it. Personally, I don't even like snakes. I'm not really afraid of snakes, but I don't like them. No appreciation. Don't like them. People who run around in the summertime with snakes around their neck, I'm like, man, y'all crazy. That ain't no nice animal. I ain't never seen a snake that looked cute to me. I don't care how big. I don't care if he's yellow. I'm like, man, I don't even like the way they feel. I'm like, man, this is really the serpent. This is a bad animal. Anyway. All right. Okay. Oh, Nara says, yeah, Ohio had tornado storms 3 hours ago. Wow. Okay. Nara says the song Just Be Good to Me. Ooh. I hear that. It's a great song, too. I love the SOS band. Great band. Carol Chambers says, so true. My grandma, my grandma stretched the truth. Oh, she said, so not true. My grandma stretched the truth. Okay. All right, good. I'm glad you were able to see your grandmother in her truth stretching. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Carol says, nope, my dad always said the dead can't hurt, but be careful of the alive. I say the same thing. Ain't no dead person did nothing to me ever, not even haunted me. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Depends on what you mean by haunt. Because I swear, I still have dreams about my father and my stepdad, and they be alive in my dreams. And I be knowing that they dead in my dreams, but they be alive, and I be like, all right, I guess we just supposed to go with this. It's weird as hell. I be like, because first it used to happen with my stepdad. He'd be right in my dreams. I'd be like, ain't you in the dream? I'm like, ain't you supposed to be? It's like a TV show or a movie. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I wake up like, what the hell was that? They in the dream. And then, like my stepdad did it for years, and then my dad passed. Now he's doing it. I'm like, oh man, he don't do it as often as my stepdad though. Okay. um, I said Tia. I meant to say Tanya. My bad. Or did I? Or do you think I said Taya? It's Tanya. Monk is her nickname. Market with the T is her business. That's what she do. Event planning. You know, y'all got a wedding or anniversary or some shit like that. Tanya Respis is who you go to. She'll get you right. But don't go with a, you know what I mean, without no money in her hand, because her services are very, very precise. But she is a professional. Let's leave it at that. All right. T. Gary Wright says, Carol, I second guess much of what my grandmother, not my grandfather though. Oh, what my grandmother said, not my grandfather though. He always told the truth. Yeah. Grandfathers always tell the truth. No fish stories ever came from them. All right. Carol says, Taki, my grandfather told some bizarre stories. My brother Ansel Jones. What's going on? My brother Ansel Jones is all up in the house. Always up in the house. Up in the house. All right. Anyway, so like I said, the times when the truth might not matter might be the times when we want something. Definitely the times when we are afraid of something. And oftentimes when we love something, sometimes when we need something, the truth might not matter either. In the case of when you might be addicted to drugs, when you are actually fully addicted to drugs, you need the drugs. It's not a question of wanting it anymore. But imagine wanting something and needing something at the same time. The same thing. You need this thing and you want this thing at the same time. It started off with you just wanting it. Now you actually need it because you have gotten your body to the point where it's not functioning well without that thing. This one thing, this one thing, this one thing, this one thing. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. As a matter of fact, Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your the Daily Go Getimism Show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we're talking about the times when the truth doesn't matter. The times when the truth doesn't matter. The times. That's how they say it in most of Pennsylvania. Time. It's time. No, it's time. It's time. Okay. TK Wright says, seriously, he always told the truth. Hurt many a feeling in our house. But how do you know that he told the truth about everything outside of the house? I mean, the truth of the matter is not that this truth matters, is that we didn't grow up with our parents or our grandparents to know what led them to tell the truth most of the time or not to tell the truth most of the time. We haven't taken that journey with them. So by our witness, yes, they always did this. I know them like the back of our hands, but we can't know our parents or our grandparents like the back of our hands. We can feel like we do, but shit, we barely know ourselves like the back of our hands. How many times have we surprised our own selves by what we told the truth or lied about? Have you ever told the truth and was lying at the same time and didn't even really realize it? Have you ever lied and realized that you were actually telling the truth? The truth is relative. The truth is relative. It takes on many forms. So, it go how it go. Ansel Jones says the truth hurts, and sometimes it's best to hold back at that time. Interesting. The truth hurts. It's funny how we say that. Why do we say that the truth hurts? Why does it have to hurt? Do lies feel good? Most of us say we hate to be lied to. Like, you ain't got to lie to me. Give me the truth straight. But then on the other side of things, we say that the truth hurts. The truth hurts. The truth seems to only hurt when you are in denial of what the truth is. When you don't want to hear the truth. When you know that the truth is going to change everything about how you feel and what you have to do. That's when it hurts. Other than that, it's not like the truth is running around with knives, guns, chains, bats, nunchucks, karate chops, or anything like that in their hands. Shout out to the 1980s when we used to be running around here with throwing stars. Remember throwing stars? You watch them kung fu movies. I got this throwing star. Messed up your mama's wall. We had stores that sold that kind of shit, man. Shout out to the butterfly knife. You know, I mean, people probably mess their hands up, cut themselves, cut themselves hemorrhaging because they didn't know how to work a butterfly knife. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, Ansel, some people need to really hear the truth at times, just saying. And Ansel says, when someone who considers themselves a different sex, transgender, or when you have questions about your gender identity, that is a definite, that's when the truth is not concrete. Because we say the truth is that you were born a man or a woman. That's it. Your biology says that you're either a man or a woman. Even when you're a hermaphrodite, even when you're an hermaphrodite, you still pretty much know, like, yeah, I'm way more male than I am female, or way more female than I am male. You know what I mean? But yeah, those are times when the truth is very, very different. And it's there's a lot of confusion, murkiness around exactly what the truth is. But I still believe that those are times when the truth might not matter to anybody else, because I guess you feel like, well, if I feel like a male, then that's what I am. That's my truth. I don't know. I got a problem with this whole my truth thing, because to me that's giving people, green lights to really just distort the truth. But that's a good one, Ansel. That's a good one. Gender identity. Yeah. TK Wright says, you're right. His parents did say he was always like that. That even when he did something wrong, he get caught and tell the truth on himself. I'm sure he omitted info for friends or siblings though. I'm going to go out on a limb with this one. Sometimes telling the truth is not exactly what makes you a good or a bad person to a lot of people. Doesn't, and that's why I say the times when the truth doesn't matter. Because somebody might say to you, well, such and such is always lying. They always, I mean, they lie before they even think about telling the truth. And to you, it might not matter. So what? That's my wife. So what? That's my husband. So what? Those are my kids. So what? That's my mom. So what? That's my dad. So what? All I know is they never did nothing wrong to me. All I know is they was the only one that helped me in the times when I was down. All I know is that whenever I need something, or whenever I fall on hard times, that's the person that I can go to, and they never say no. They always help out. They always come through with the good word. They always supply what I need. So I don't give a shit if they put one hand on the Bible and the other hand in the air and swear to God and tell a straight lie. The truth is, nobody steps up to the plate for me like they do, and it ain't even just for me that they do it for. So that truth that you telling them about them don't even matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. No, I says, here's a good one. After taking a picture, the wife says, this picture makes me look fat. Husband, the camera only took what it saw. Ah, Oh man, Norris. Mm. It is a point of contention when you know that your woman has low self-esteem. You know, shoot, you know that when you first met her, she was 140 pounds, and now she's 230 pounds. It ain't hard to tell, but to you, she might still look good. But you know, to her, she feels like she's fat and she needs constant validation. Now, the thing is, she might only be like 5'3". So you know that's a lot of weight for somebody that's 5'3". So that's your chunky monkey. That's your chunky little monkey. Chunky. Wow, ow, ow. A chunky little mad monkey. Yo, let me switch to some bananas. You gotta put down the cake and them cookies. It's all right. You a vet. I never treat you like a rookie. And I know that no matter what, I'm gonna be down with you. Cause you got a big butt. But you got a big everything right now. Just want you to get your health straight so you'll be around for me. And so we can be there for each other for the rest of our lives. You are my wife. So yeah, you might have to hype her up and not necessarily tell her what she already knows. So the truth that she's a little porky, she's a little portly. She's a little portly. That don't matter. It may have no impact on how you feel about her, how much you love her, how much you care about her, and how much her mental and emotional stability means to you. So other people trying to diss her about her weight, you ain't trying to hear that. That truth don't matter. You already know that truth. We already know that already. You don't have to point out the obvious. Shoot, how many of us go to our doctors and our doctors give us advice? They give us advice, and sometimes they give us advice about things that don't jive well with what we have researched, studied, and know about ourselves. So what do we say to our doctors? Well, I know my body. So all that you talking about body mass index, all that you talking about, I need to stop smoking and all that. Look, I know my body. Truth don't matter because there's something that you're doing that you want to do. Bottom line. Bottom line. Carol says, Norris, that's when the fight started. Oh man. GK Wright says, Norris, that husband must have been ready for a divorce. Carol said, Taki, if he wasn't, he better be ready now. Yeah. No, it says picture that on divorce court. Listen, on the new divorce court with whack ass Star Jones, if you say anything bad about a woman's hair, nails, weave, wigs, eyelashes, makeup, or any of that kind of stuff, she's gonna side with the woman because that's Star Jones. So if you come in there saying that you want your woman to be more natural or to just look the way God made her, she ain't trying to hear none of that. I watched the show and I'm like, oh, this chick here. She's garbage. But speaking of Star Jones being garbage to me, people who like Star Jones, they're not trying to hear the reasons that I might not like her. Same thing as Wendy Williams fans. They wasn't trying to hear. You can't tell Wendy Williams fans nothing. You can't tell Kanye West fans nothing. You can't tell Trump supporters nothing. You couldn't tell and still can't tell Tupac Shakur fans nothing. 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 You know, Tupac wasn't really from the West Coast. He wasn't born there. He didn't even grow up there. California love. Hit him up. They don't want to hear that. Not only is he not here to defend himself, but no matter what you say, he's in the top 5 rappers of all time, and he did the most for the industry than any other rapper. And I'm like, so for the 5 years that Tupac was alive in the industry, you mean to tell me that he did more for the industry than anybody else, than any other rapper? More than KRS-One? More than Public Enemy? Who is still alive, by the way? More than LL Cool J? More than Run DMC and the Beastie Boys? Okay. They'll tell you. It don't matter that he wasn't born in New York. He represented the West Coast, more. I'm like, okay. The truth doesn't matter. Your favorite celebrities, people that you love, people that you admire, it doesn't matter what the negative things that people tell you about. Prince fans, you can't tell. Michael Jackson fans. Michael Jackson ain't never put his hands on no little kids. And maybe he didn't. But maybe he did. Bottom line is, you're not going to tell Michael Jackson fans nothing to sway their love away from Michael Jackson. Rightfully so, in many ways. But that shit sure don't seem to work with R. Kelly. Now, in my personal opinion, R. Kelly did more for R&B than Michael Jackson did R&B. Michael Jackson is the king of pop. But Michael Jackson was not straight up R&B. He wasn't. But R. Kelly was. I'm just saying. The time when the truth doesn't matter. The times when the truth doesn't matter. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it. Emily. What's going on, Em? TK Wright says the sound staggered just a little twice. Interesting. Emily says, dang, I should have stayed in hiding. Carol says, no, Tupac's fans still think he's alive somewhere. Some of them really do believe that. But, Elvis fans felt the same way. I'm like, well, can Elvis got to be dead by now, right? Because was Elvis going to live to be 90 years old? Elvis got to be gone by now. But back in 78, 70, 79, 80, 81, 82, 80, no, Elvis is still alive. Like, what reason would Elvis have to fake his death? I mean, yeah. Okay. Emily says, Carol, I keep telling people Tupac dead, but if Elvis can be alive, Tupac can be alive too. I don't know. I think both of them are gone. But at least Tupac would have had reasons to fake his death. Tupac would have been in a lot of trouble. Had Tupac survived, Tupac would have went back to jail, on the East Coast. Tupac would have had to have gone. He violated his parole. Wasn't no getting around it. He would have had to go back to jail from the hospital. A lot of people don't know that or understand that. He would not have been released. Tupac would have gone straight. He would have been extradited from his hospital bed back to Rikers Island. From Rikers Island, upstate, Clinton, Coxsackie, Elmira, one of those New York State prisons. A lot of people don't understand that. There were things going on with Tupac. So Tupac had reasons to fake his death. I don't think he did. I think Tupac was probably faced with a divine choice. I think Tupac was faced with a divine choice. Stay here and face the consequences, or come on home. And I think Tupac decided to come on home. Because remember, when he first got shot up, they said he was definitely going to survive. They said he'll survive. He probably would have lived with one lung, which probably would have had an effect on his ability to rap anymore, perform anymore, do movies, whatever. But they said he was going to. I remember that well. They said he'll survive. He will survive. His wounds were not fatal. 4 days later, he's dead. Okay. Or was it 3? So, but yeah, you can't tell his fans nothing, because their truth is that he was the best. Nobody else comes close. Biggie fans ain't like that. Biggie fans accept that Biggie was a cheater. Biggie was a woman beater. They accept everything about Biggie. Every truth about Biggie, people accept. But that Tupac, that Donald Trump ain't responsible for nothing. Impeached twice while in office. That's because he ain't do nothing. That's why he wasn't convicted. Because he ain't do nothing. January 6, 2021. Riots at the Capitol. An insurrection. That wasn't Donald Trump's fault. Still ain't his fault. Donald Trump knew that the election, the 2020 presidential election, wasn't rigged, but he went with the whole rig thing before the election, during the election, and after the election. And people are still going for that shit. Stop the steal. Can't tell people nothing. KanyeWest purposely lost his contracts with Adidas and everybody else because he wanted to tell the truth about Hollywood and the Jews. So you really think that Kanye West wanted to lose his claim to fame, which was those $4 to $6 billion? Yeah. And he's the only one who sacrificed himself for everybody else. Then why did he look for another contract? Okay. Peace, AK. And AK says Tupac would at least only be in his 50s. Elvis and the life he led with his health and choice during life, he wouldn't have survived until now. Both are gone. Yeah, Elvis was born in 1935, I believe. Elvis would have been he was born and he was a Capricorn, so Elvis would have been a whole 88 right now. With the amount of drugs that Elvis was popping, because he was a pill popper. I don't think Elvis could have made it. I mean, shit. He didn't even make it till 50 years old. Couldn't make it. Couldn't make it. And Sale Jones says, I was a Ja Rule fan. I kept playing his music like nothing happened. Shoot, I like Ja Rule too. Shoot, 50 came along and stole Ja Rule's style. But you can't tell 50 Cent fans that shit. 50 Cent said that Ja Rule was not hip-hop because he sung on his records. And what did 50 Cent start doing? Singing on his records. I mean, he might not have sung as much as Ja Rule did. Where would I be without you? But shit. To me, Ja Rule was the best singer in the game. And he stole that from DMX. You know, DMX felt some kind of way about it. But anyway, anyway, when you love something, when you're afraid of something, when you want something, when you need something, the truth doesn't always matter to you. You might develop your own truth. You might shape your own truth. But right now might not be the time, a good time for the truth for you. You want some other shit. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I'd appreciate that. Yes, yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yeah. And so yeah, I still bump Ja Rule old shit. And honestly, I wish Ja Rule would have won. But it just wasn't meant to be. Hey, you know, speaking of Ja Rule, here's a little tidbit that people don't seem to understand, and that really doesn't matter to a lot of people. Ja Rule was on the Murder Inc. record label. You know that the Murder Inc. record label was the highest grossing record label on Def Jam at the time. They were distributed by Def Jam Records, just like Rockefeller was. Rockefeller didn't have any platinum artists. Rockefeller didn't have any platinum artists until Dipset came along. Cameron's first album went platinum. Beans never went platinum. As popular as Beans is, he never went platinum. He was gold Beans. Freeway never went platinum. None of the other Young Guns, State Property, nobody, a Mill when she was there, none of those artists went platinum. Meanwhile, Ja Rule and Ashanti was going double, triple, quadruple, 5 times platinum. Murder Inc. was bigger than The Rock. But which label got all of the shine? Rockefeller, y'all. Murder Inc. was blowing The Rock out. And they were silent about it, like, Ashanti and Ja Rule was killing it. They was killing it. The only person that was selling mad records on The Rock was Jay-Z. And he wasn't doing Ja Rule or Ashanti numbers. Nobody was close. Stacy, thanks for coming on by. We about to get on up out of here, though. It's all good. It's all love. All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 27th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Queen Mamba. Happy birthday to you, Queen. And also Namdi Val Amenfuna. Amenfuna. Turning 57 years old today. And Jasmine Polk turning 41 years old today. And Sandy Crump turning 55 years old today. And Gabriel Jesus Thomas. Well, I'm saying Jesus. His name might be Jesus. Let's go with that. Gabrielle Jesus Thomas turning 34 years old today. And Tanya Parham turning 48 years old today. And last but not least, Dawn D. Stooks Crawford. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious February 27th. I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, I said, remember. Man, the truth is what it is. The truth is what it is. But sometimes the truth ain't what it looks like. And sometimes the truth is not what it seems. So, things happen the way that they happen. Things look the way that they look. But perception changes a whole lot of that. And our feelings of love, dislike, hate, approval, denial, pain, pleasure, all of these things can keep us from caring about what's true. Yeah, all of these things are true, but the point is that in spite of that truth, I still love you. I still want you. I still need you. And I'm still down with you. I will still support you. My loyalty for you is not dependent upon whether you did this, that, or the third or not. I'm going to ride for you, baby boo. So still, I would encourage everybody to stay woke because your health and your safety is always, always important. And I think that it just takes center stage at many times in your life. A lot of times we don't like the truth because it makes us have to take action. Well, shoot, if I accept that I know this, then that means that I have to do something different than the way I've been doing things. And I'm more than comfortable with the way that I've been doing things. You know how it goes. Hey, yo, I want y'all to have a great day, great night, should I say. Hope y'all had a great weekend. And I hope that this week gives you everything that you think that a great week would fulfill for you. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. And that's the truth. So Blog Talk, let me get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace.